Well, made it to the site, and it is beautiful. Look at this view. Sun's starting to set already. I got here kind of late. I think the first thing we should do is probably get a fire going. As you can see, it's kind of a mess back here. I had this pad before and I slept on. It's about a 3-inch, and it just isn't thick enough, not sturdy enough. You know, like my hips were digging into it, so I was donated another one, and we're gonna have to cut this up while we're out here. The size, have a better sleep, make the bed, build a fire before we lose the light, because it's running out right now. And I will go from there. Hopefully we can get it done before it's pitch black out here and I gotta use a flashlight the entire time. You guys won't be able to see anything, and neither will I. So let's just get this fire going and we'll go from there. Yeah, that'll do. The more I think about it, the more I'm like, maybe we are a little close to the fire right now. So we'll probably end up hanging out on this table. I close up the back. Don't want embers getting in here. Get this bug out of here. We don't want to roast him alive. Flip him over. Sorry, bud. But let's get our camping equipment together. I know I can't see very well. And what do you guys think tonight? Spider-Man or Shrek? Oh, very hard decisions to make here. We're gonna get the grill out. I wanted to cook over the fire tonight, but just due to time constraints, getting off work today, I just wasn't able to get packed up yesterday. Kind of had to scramble. Check this guy out. What is that? Can you see him? That is a crazy looking spider. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a big fan of spiders, so we're gonna politely ask him to leave. Just not by me, you know. I'm sure there's bugs elsewhere around here, just not by me. Oh, I need 2 hands for this. Okay, got the gas hooked up to the stove. We're gonna get this thing going here. I think the electric starter is out of battery, so we're gonna go get the little cheater I had earlier, get some food cooking here. There it goes. Let's see how we're doing in there. Cool. Well, that's gone. We'll come over here and start getting the food ready to get thrown on there. Still in the truck. These tin cans, I'm telling you, these are great. These things right here. Last time I went camping, I made walking tacos. And I made 3 pounds of meat. 3 pounds of meat fit inside of this. And it was spectacular. And when you were done with it, you can just toss it. Easy cleanup when you're camping. You know, you don't want to be doing dishes and stuff, so easy cleanup is key. So this is starting to heat up a little bit. Once it gets hot, start throwing food on there. I lost my beer. Just keeping it simple tonight for the drinks. Got a Corona, got some Screwball peanut butter whiskey, and I have a Blake's Hard Cider too. Not going too crazy, and then the bottle's almost empty with the whiskey, so you know, just gonna enjoy our night, make some good food here too, and enjoy the fire. The wind is starting to pick up a little bit. It is pretty windy, and all this wind has been pushing all this campfire smoke into the back of my truck. So I was gonna cook on the back of the truck, but I didn't want the back of the cab or the bed to, you know, to smell like campfire. And it probably will smell like campfire regardless, just how close the fire is to it. So, you know, you can't win them all. But this side is really nice. I have a lake right behind me. I'm sure this place in the summer is great. I'm sure the bugs are absolutely insane with the water being right here. So, you know, being in the fall, the only animal visitors you're going to get out here apparently is German Shepherds. So I feel like this is probably ready to go here in a second. So we're going to take you guys down here and get the food out. So for a snack, we have some peanuts from Texas Roadhouse because we went there last night. We got our bread, utensils. Oh, apparently I brought 2 of these. Looks like I want to party pretty hard tonight. Jalapenos, we're actually going to throw those on right now. Some cheese. And our sausages. These are actually still pretty frozen, so you know what, I'm going to throw these on too. Anything else in here I need to know about? No. Let's get a stick in there and start kind of stoking this. Try not to fall into the campfire while we're doing that. Oh, we're probably gonna get checked for a permit that we don't have signed. Nope, that was just a Honda Civic. Honda Civics don't care about us. So we're at a state park right now. We gotta fill out our permit. I totally forgot about it. I mean, if we didn't fill it out, you know, the site's already paid for, so yeah, shouldn't be too hard. Let's see how we're doing over here though. Yeah, these are gonna take a long time to cook. Maybe we will. Well, let's see. We do have a lot of coals in there. Maybe we should cook them in there. Now we're thinking. see how the grill does. The grill's taking too long. We'll throw them on the coals. I feel like that'd be a more consistent heat, the wind and all. We'll figure it out. Little update. Coming along. I did just have a fork through the entire thing, so they're not fully frozen, so they're actually cooking. I'm happy about that. Got the fire going. I'm just hanging out for the moment, enjoying some of this. I am over 21, so don't worry about that. So now we're actually going to fill this out, just in case we get a visit tonight. Don't be woken up by a park ranger or anything. You know, folks, it's important to stay legal. Get that filled out and signed, and we'll post it up. Alright, these are actually cooking up pretty well. Say about 5-10 minutes, these will be ready. We're going to throw those jalapenos in here too and get those softened up a little bit. There we go. You know, it's just a simple dinner. While these are just kind of softening up, we're gonna go get legal real quick. We forgot to do that when we got here. I've never actually camped alone at a state campground before, so let's see. Yeah, right up here. Oh, probably gonna need 2 hands for this. Okay, I've probably filled out way too much, more than I needed, but we're legal. Looks like someone is coming down the road right now. People are getting here late. If it's the DNR, you know, we're gonna be legal. Campfire's going strong. It's been a quiet night. Not too many people here. So far, no one's parked next to us just yet. The only people I've seen is just people going on a little walk. German Shepherd and a straight piped Honda Civic, so, and a minivan. It's a quiet night, you know, that's what we do. That's why you go camping. You want to get away from the noise, because that's what it's all about. It's been a long week. I feel like I'm earned this. I'm getting hungry, so hopefully this will be done soon. So in the meantime, cheers. Take a pull of this. Tide me over a little bit because I'm getting hungry. Oh yeah. Forgot cups, so I can't put some ice and do it on the rocks, man. So you just gotta do it straight out the bottle. Well, it's not pretty. It's not supposed to be. Italian sausage, little cheese. I put it on the bottom so it melts. Some jalapenos on top. I forgot hot sauce or some type of topping for it, you know. But hey, we're camping, right? I'm gonna dig into this. I'll catch up with you guys in a minute. Well, I'm starting to clean up camp, just so when we wake up in the morning, it's easier just to go. I'm gonna pack all these bins back up in the truck. Get the cooler in there. Took care of our trash. You know, leave it cleaner than you left it. The fire is starting to go out. It is 7:47, and I'm tired. Usually I'm in bed around 10, and I think I'm kind of ready to go to bed already. But you know, looking good. Let's get a light on so you can see. There's the truck. I do have some water, so I'm probably just gonna dump water on this and the next people that come through can have some firewood left over for them to burn. But I enjoyed this campsite. It was nice. A great view. It's quiet. Some more people did end up showing up. A little ways this way. There's some people in a camper over here, and I can hear footsteps around there. So I'm not alone. When I first got here, it was just 2 people, and it's probably turned into around 10. So see how bright this is. So it's a good night. Glad we showed up. I'll show you guys the back of the truck here in a minute. But yeah, I think I'm ready to go to bed here in a minute. So let's get things packed up, and I'll see you guys in a sec. All right, well, it's time to get in the back of the truck. I'm gonna get this opened up for you so you can kind of see what's going on in here. Sorry about the lighting, you know. I was supposed to get my Blue Eddy today, but Amazon decided not to deliver it until I actually got to site, and then it was delivered. So I was gonna have lighting in here. It's gonna look great. We'll light up this entire campsite. I was super excited about it, but you know, sometimes things don't go your way. You just gotta accept it. So this is the bed. Quick tour. These are 2x12s. Two 2x12s that are 5.5 feet long. And this 2x12 in the back here goes to about halfway through the wheel well. This bed is 5.5 feet on a 2023 F-150. One piece of plywood was from about here to about just like 6 inches from the wheel well, and so then I had the rest cut to meet the edge of the bed here, and cut it at an angle so I could sleep at an angle, because I can't sleep, you know, from back of the bed. I guess front of the bed to the back of the bed. I'm just too tall. I'm 6 feet tall, so this is what I decided to do. I got inspired by Kayak USA. So I got distracted. Some new people just pulled in. But yeah, I have enough room. Eventually we'll put the electric generator here. We'll have some lights from the generator up here. I'll run around the back. Run from here all around the back. Have some lights in here. We'll get curtains up eventually for some privacy. I do have some plans for the future and what I want to do with this. But just to get out here for a night, enjoy myself, it's not too bad. So I'm gonna climb in here. I guess I'll give you a nice little view of what I see in here. So let's get in there, because smoke is pouring into here from this campfire. It's still not fully out. But you know, I kind of like the campfire smell, so it doesn't really bother me that too much.
Good morning, everybody. It's 5:35 a.m. I'm only up this early because usually I wake up at 4:30 for work. So I'm just wide awake right now. And I just, I can't go back to sleep. So I think I'm just going to get up and make sure the campsite's clean enough. So when I do leave, you know, we can just split. So this is what's outside looking like. That fire is still going. Oh my gosh, that fire's still going. I can see the embers from here. Truck's locked. Unbelievable. I poured so much water on that. Oh, gotta be safer next time. The bed was pretty comfortable, even with these 2 pads stacked on top of each other. See if I can get it pulled out. I mean, look at that. That's like 6 inches of foam, and I can still feel my hip digging into the wood. So it's okay. The build will get better. as time goes on. So a little condensation on that. Maybe we got some rain last night. Focus this flashlight so you can see. Yeah, site looks pretty good. It's a beautiful morning. It's probably like 40 degrees right now. I might just crawl back into the truck, try to get some more sleep. But it looks good out here. My coffee and breakfast in a little bit. Morning. Again, I decided to go back to sleep again. It was just so early. I didn't see any point of starting breakfast or anything. I wanted it to be daylight so I could actually see the campground before I left. I don't have to leave till like 1 o'clock, so I don't know how cold it is right now. I don't have any service. I only had 1 bar of LTE last night, so I wasn't really on my phone. But according to the weather app last night, if I remember correctly, it was going to be like 37, so I could see my breath right now. I was able to stay warm. I can't stop yawning. Oh my gosh. I was able to stay warm last night. The 2 blankets were fine. But in the future, just by how cold it is right now, we're definitely going to need a heater of some sort. We're going to need to insulate this a little better. Maybe just reflectix on the windows or just curtains. I can see outside through the gaps between my tailgate and the bed. So we're probably gonna have to get like a tailgate seal or something like that just to block wind. So, a couple things to build on. I was complaining about my mattresses, or my mattress foam toppers. They're pretty thick, and my hip is pretty much digging into this wood platform. I can't stop yawning, I'm sorry. But honestly, it was pretty comfortable. It was better than last time, so we're just going to stick with it for the time being. I'm sorry, I can hear cranes. Yeah, why not? Let's just get outside. Let's go enjoy the wilderness for a little while longer. I'm going to start breakfast, and we'll get out of here. We can actually see. I guess I'll show you. There's a minivan over there. There's some people camping. I can hear people moving around over here. This is the campsite next to me. This looks a little more truck friendly. 21. I liked my spot for sure. But this spot is nice. I don't think this campfire smoke would blow into it, so I think next time we'll do this one. I just like being up on the lake. Yeah, this spot is sweet. And it's connected to All these sites look like they're connected to each other. Little trails in between them. But it's nice. I like this spot a lot. Let's head back to ours and we're gonna get breakfast started. This is where the dog came from when I was setting up the bed. Someone walked right by as I'm talking to myself. Embarrassing. Alright, well, let's get breakfast going, yeah? Oh, the cooler's on the other side. Oh, while we're here, these are my lights I was going to hang up in the back of the truck. They'd be perfect, you know, just a little mood lighting. Would have been perfect for tonight, or last night. So next time, we will have that because I know my solar generator is at my house right now. Got here, the second I pulled into this campsite is when it arrived at my house. So, Amazon, not a fan of you right now. Your package is 3 days late. Okay, got my garbage. The site is pretty clean. Make sure I didn't leave anything. What's this on the ground? I don't think this is from me, but we'll take that with me. I don't see anything else. Nope. Some people across DNR drove by. No issues. Oh, he's at the garbage. Let's put the camera away. He doesn't want to be on camera. So, I did say I wanted to stay here a little longer. Sorry, I heard footsteps over there. I think this is the DNR guy. I was going to go throw the garbage out, but he was standing by the garbage cans. And I'm not in the mood to talk to anybody this morning. But I think I'm actually going to leave here in about 20 minutes. My fingers are numb, and these are not warming up my hands anytime soon. So, should have thrown them on a little earlier. But the site looks great. All cleaned up. Get the garbage taken care of. Great trip. If I can come back next week, I think I will. Definitely check out a different spot, but it has to be on the lake. Didn't need a heater in the truck last night. I was okay. I think just my body heat was able to warm up the cab just a little bit because there was condensation on the windows. But what did it say? November 8th. There is going to be snowfall tomorrow or Monday. So next time we're here, it might be snow on the ground. So we're going to have to use some different tactics to stay warm. Maybe boil some water, some water bottles, and put them in the bed. Thank you, outdoor boys. Yeah, because I don't think the generator I bought is strong enough to run a heater all night. And, you know, we're going to need that power for lights. So we'll see. We just got to figure that part out. I do have a little foldable camp stove. I did really want to bring it, but I didn't have an axe or a little hand axe, camping survival axe, to split it up small enough to put it in there to cook on. So I think next week we will be cooking on that. Maybe we'll build a fire in it. Maybe not. Maybe just put coals in it and cook out of that. Not sure yet, but I'm excited. I bought it on sale. I plan on using it. So if we can just cook on that, that means it's one less thing to pack for a stove, because you know that stove takes up a lot of space in there. And as time goes on, I want to be able to bring less and less stuff. Like, I mean, it's not packed back here. Let's see if I can get the screen to show up so I can see what I'm showing you. Because, you know, we're hurting on space. And I do want to cut the bed down. And I did sleep diagonally last night. But I did kind of realize that I kind of sleep curled up a little bit. So I think we could just cut the rest of this side out and sleep here and have all this space. So come winter time, I can have more space here. I could cook in here. I could watch movies in here. Have a little side table. So just some thoughts, you know, how to make this better, more ergonomic for me. You know, space is everything. This is what the inside, this is my hack job. You can see how bad the cuts were. It's all jagged, but this is going to go in the garbage. But this is how big the tote is for the stove, excuse me. So if we could take this entire tote away, the only thing we would need out of here is a Spider-Man and Shrek plate. That would be really awesome. Nothing really crazy cool to show you in here other than just storage situation, but you know, emergency blanket in case we need it. Just a really crappy twine. Paracord. That's not even paracord. Got scammed on that for sure.